And welcome to this USL League 2 Eastern Conference semifinal between GPS Portland Phoenix and Reading United AC. Earlier, Western Mass Pioneers defeated the North Carolina Fusion U23 to secure a spot in the Eastern Conference Final. And now we will decide who Western Mass Pioneers will face in the final tomorrow night. Thank you for joining us, everyone, here at John Gursky Stadium. I'm Noah Pegler. As you see the teams walking out, the lineup for the GPS Portland Phoenix, they'll be sporting a 5-3-2 formation. William Bush will have to be the man in the net to try and shut down this dangerous Reading United team that has scored a lot of goals this season. And then the defensive line of Ryan Peterson, Mathis DeLima, Patrick Keary, and Patrick Kibler will have to try and shut down the forwards of Reading United. Then Cassano Hall is going to have to be the goal scorer tonight, up on front and at the forward position. And as they see the Reading United lineup, some familiar names. Simon Lefebvre will be in net
for your Reading United.
Out of Temple.
Starting in net, number 1, Simon Lefebvre.
And the defensive line of some familiar names that have solidified the defense of Chad Porch, Honor Kalala, and Richie Schlentz.
Number 12, Honore Kalala.
Lamine Conte is back after being gone for Reading United. And then some familiar names in Dennis Dogan and Fernie Sinclair and Felipe Hideki, who got a hat trick in the final game against Lehigh Valley United. And then the top offense of Theo Cordy, Maxi Galizzi, and Bakari Bagayoko. It's going to be interesting to see how this Reading United team goes. Alan McCann was a big part of this franchise, leading the team to the championship round in the PDL last year. Reading United hoping to replicate the same magic of last season.
And wearing the captain's armband tonight on defense, number 18, Lamine Conte. Reading United is coached by head coach Alan McCann, assistant coaches Shane Keeley and Charlie Raymond.
Now we will pause for the national anthem.
Now at this time, if everyone will please rise and remove your caps. For the singing of tonight's national anthem. Being sung tonight from Exeter High School, Ms. Sophia Stankiewicz.
To get ready to go, we'll take a look at the standings of how both of these teams got here in the Mid-Atlantic Division. Reading United dominating once again, winning their third division title in 4 years as they took over everyone with a 10-point lead, especially over their nemesis rival Ocean City Nor'easters. And then GPS Portland Phoenix got enough points to get into the wild card spot having a goal differential of 9, while Reading United having only goal differential of 19, only giving 13 goals on the season. And as we compare the two teams in the matchup, we saw earlier, for those who tuned in, saw Western Mass Pioneers win 3-1 over North Carolina Fusion in that game. A game dominated by Western Mass. The first goal of the match scored in the 10th minute by Sebastian Rosano, scoring on a turnover by the Fusion that was out of the back off of a goal kick. And then the second goal coming off of a corner kick, again by Sebastian Rosano. And then a goal by Casey Penland was able to give North Carolina Fusion an opportunity to try and tie it up with 10 minutes to go. But then Maximiliano Vieira said they had other plans and they wanted Western Mass to go on to the final. And then that finished the deal as North Carolina Fusion were going packing as their season is done. But now Western Mass waits for the winner of this game, as it will be either the other top team in the Eastern Conference, Reading United AC, or their division rival in GPS, Portland Phoenix. Well, the game time temperature at least dropped about 4 degrees compared to earlier this afternoon. It was 93, but now is at 89. But even so, we will still have, I believe, a hydration break to make sure these players stay hydrated. One key tonight for GPS Portland Phoenix is, can they strike early and keep the momentum with them? Because that's what they're going to have to do to take down this Reading United squad. And then for Reading United, what can they do with this lineup with so many offensive weapons, and can they make sure that their passes are accurate to control the game? So many questions. Many of these guys for Reading United were on the team last year when they made the playoff run. Lamine Conte has been here for a while for Reading United. Felipe Hideki was here last year with this playoff run, along with Khalil El Medkar and Corey Bennett, who has pretty much been for all the playoff runs in the recent years. They got a chip on their shoulder, and they're going to give it all they got to try and bring the title back to Reading, Pennsylvania. As we get here underway at John Gursky Stadium, as Dogan will try to kick it upfield to Bagayoko. And will be headed out for a Reading throw-in. As Conte out of Conakry, Guyana, went to goes to Louisville. Was the ACC Championship All-Tournament team in 2018. 15 starts out of 19 games played at Louisville. Schlentz into Dogan, trying to find Theo Cordy. Gets around his man, kicks it into the box. Bagayoko got a head on it, but it'll be cleared out eventually by GPS Portland. And there'll be a throw into Reading United. as Schlentz gets tripped up there. It'll be a free kick. Nelson Jimmo called for the foul. Or excuse me, Nolan Jimmo. Out of the University of Vermont. Didn't see any action in 2018. He's undeclared for his major. Schlentz. Dogan trying to get it up to Theo Cordy. Gets a head on it. Gets the ball first. Still in play, and it will get called out for a goal kick. So right now the long ball by Reading United is working effectively real quickly, and they're getting their opportunities. Just that Theo Cordy just needs to either lay it off or get it to somebody else because he's been pressured real quick after getting past De Lima. It's Kalala trying to get it to Galizzi. That will go right to William Bush. William Bush out of Herndon, Virginia. Goes to James Madison. He's majoring in business management. Had 55 saves, a save percentage of .809, and 13 shutouts in 2018. Now Hideki gets it to Cordy. Crosses it in. Bush is able to catch it. Runs into the post. As it's headed out by Kalala, it'll be a throw-in for the Phoenix. It'll be thrown in by Ryan Peterson. Peterson trying to find Hall, but it gets knocked away by Kalala. Porch getting rid of it quickly as he's feeling the pressure. And Schlentz gets knocked by Jimmo. But now in the middle. Will roll out for a, looks like a corner kick. This will be Thomas Clark to take the corner. Ref trying to settle things down. As it comes into play. Punched out by Lefebvre. It's Sinclair trying to get to it. Trying to get around De Lima. Running side by side. Gets knocked over. And De Lima will win the battle. Now it's a Hall. Trying to get past Kalala. And Porch tried to get to it. It will get tripped up by Cassano Hall. And we'll get called for the yellow card. So already in the 7 minutes, we got a yellow card. Given to Cassano Hall out of Santa Cruz, Jamaica. Goes to Northeastern. Got 1 goal, 2 points, and 24 shots.
A yellow card has been given to GPS Portland's number 7, Casanio Hall. Yellow card assessed in the 7th minute of play.
Conte. Galizzi gets to Hideki. Gets tripped up from behind by Kaza out of St. Petersburg, Florida. Emilio Kaza goes to USF. Was the AAC Rookie of the Week. 3 goals, 3 assists. On 9 points and 6 shots. As Cordy. Not to Sinclair. Conte. As he tries to get it to Schlentz, he has to backtrack it. To Dogan. To Bagayoko. Then gets it to Galizzi. To Porch. Gets it to Cordy. Porch on the overlap. Can't keep it in play. And it will go out for a goal kick. So right now GPS Portland Phoenix did a good job right there cutting off the passing lanes as Reading United tried to get something going with Bagayoko and Dogan and Galizzi on this near side. Then they had to try and switch it, and then Porch just couldn't keep it up on the overlap, and then it just ended up falling as he tried to keep it in play. Hall going for goal. A little far away from the target. It will be a goal kick for Simon Lefebvre. Lefebvre out of Osun, France. Goes to Temple. Had 65 saves, a save percentage of 747, a 1.25 goals against average. Was goalkeeper of the week twice. Is majoring in adult and organizational development at Temple. As Galizzi. Out of Conte as he intercepts the pass. Porch. We'll give it to Cordy. We'll give it right back. Galizzi getting it to Hideki. Dogan. Schlentz will give it to Conte. Hideki. Passes it to Galizzi, or trying to. Will get intercepted. As it's taken away by Chad Porch. To Kalala. Trying to find Cordy, but only into the foot of DeLima. DeLima played 500 minutes, 1 assist and 2 shots. Has Hall trying to get around Kalala. Lays it out. Cross comes in. Headed away by Richie Schlentz. as Nolan Jimmo couldn't get to it. Glizzy spins around, gets it to Sinclair. Will get tripped up, but it will go out for a Reading United throw-in. While this game is going on, we got another one going on in the USL League 2 playoffs as the Western Conference playoffs get underway. You got Ventura County Fusion taking on the defending champions in Calgary Foothills, as the Foothills are going to try and defend their title. And then later you got FC Golden State Force taking on the Colorado Pride at 10 o'clock, right after the first game between Calgary Foothills and Ventura County. All the conference finals in the Eastern, Southern, Central, and Western conferences will be played tomorrow night. Certainly a lot of action you can catch at www.uslleague2.com or mykuju. Schlentz gets it back to Theo Cordy. Schlentz got tugged on from behind by Nolan Jimmo. Galizzi got it to Hideki. Gets on his man with a shot just to the right of the net. It will be a goal kick. Hideki had room to work with, was able to get around his man, but just tried too much on trying to get it past William Bush. Felipe Hideki out of Sao Paulo, Brazil. Sao Paulo, Brazil. Goes to NC State. Dogan heads it up. Hall and Conte trying to get to it. And it'll go to Lefebvre. Kalala trying to get it to Galizzi, but just too far. And now Hall. Had it knocked away by Schlentz. Now Porch trying to keep it in play, and he does. Hideki will give it back. Schlentz didn't get a good head on it, trying to get it to Bagayoko. Now I'll give it to Peterson for a throw-in. Ryan Peterson out of Sydney, Australia, goes to University of Virginia with 1 goal, 1 assist, 3 points, and 8 shots. Conte finds Hideki. Cordy passes at the porch. Galizzi turns it over to Casa. Dogan finds Bagayoko. Schlentz on the overlap. Receives it. Goes for goal. Goes right through the uprights. But it will just be out for a goal kick. So Schlentz trying to go for goal. But just a little too high and over everything. Richie Schlentz out of Westchester, Pennsylvania, goes to Villanova. As Dogan will get called for the push-off. The free kick for the Phoenix.
Free kick sponsored by the Matt Wolf team at RUAC of Reading.
This will be Patrick Keary taking the free kick. I'll just give it to Kibler. Got two guys on the defense for the Phoenix, both named Patrick. As Dogan. Galizzi gets knocked over by Patrick Keary. They try to get it to Hall. Kalala will knock it out of play, and it'll be a corner kick. Second corner of the match for GPS Portland.
Sponsored by Albernia University. Hey fans, don't forget our program has moved completely online for the 2019 season. Check out the latest stats, information, and 2019 sponsors by scanning the QR code on the back of your game day roster sheet, or just visit ReadingUnitedAC.com/2019 program to view our online program.
This will be Thomas Clark taking the corner kick. Crosses it in, head on it, but rolls out of the back as Kaza got a head on it. And it'll be a Reading throw-in. It's good that he came toward the ball, but didn't get a good head on it. Just not a good roll as it rolled past everyone and out toward the back. It's just interesting, the mechanics of a header. You just need to turn your head at the right moment. And too early could mean goes right too far in front of you, and which means he turned it a little too late on the header. That one will roll all the way out the back. It will be a goal kick.
Reading goal kick sponsored by Sneaker Villa.
Yeah, on the headers, you just need to hit the right spot. It's like field goal kicks or anything. You just need the right precision. And there's a lot of mechanics to just putting your head on a ball. As Dogan gets the head. But now Portland Phoenix with the chance. He'll give it to Peterson. Kalala got to it first. Now to Sinclair. Passes to Hideki. Gets it to Cordy. Galizzi. Sinclair able to keep it with Reading. Dogan trying to keep it to him, but it was just a little too far. Kaza finds Elin. Grant Elin. Now to Nimmo. Schlentz steals it away, but only kicks it out to Peterson. Crosses it in, headed down by Conte. It's stolen away in the middle by Clark. Now back to Clark. Bagayoko. Going with Peterson. Tried to get the pass right around him, but Peterson used the right foot. Was able to block it, and now it goes to Portland. It was the right idea by Bagayoko, but he had too many guys in front of him. Had two guys. Was kind of trying to make a difficult pass at that point. Since he's got Peterson off guard, it had been tried better to try and make him step backwards and lose his footing. But instead is a pass that was deflected away. As that through ball rolls past everyone, we'll go for go right to Lefebvre. They were trying to find Matt Bentley, who is the top goal scorer on the team from London, England. Is the West Virginia Wesleyan College. Had 5 goals, 5 assists, and 14 shots in 2018. Hideki tries to get to it. Stays with it. To the middle. Trying to find Theo Cordy, but the Lima got there first. As Clark goes down, Sinclair will be called for the foul. And we will have our first hydration break of the match. We mentioned earlier it's about 89 degrees here, and earlier it was 93 for the first semifinal.
There will be a break in play for a hydration break. Any time used for the hydration break will be added on at the end of the half.
So let's take a look at the bracket, as we've had plenty of games going on throughout the USL League 2 playoffs. Yesterday we had the start of the Southern Conference games as South Georgia Tormentia beat the Villages SC 3-1. And then Brazos Valley County FC had to finish their game this morning as their game was suspended. And they took down the SC United Bantams 3-0. And then in extra time, Caw Valley FC took down Chicago FC United after Chicago scored first. And then lastly, Des Moines, Iowa, the host of the Central Conference playoffs, got upset by the Flint City Bucks in penalties 4-2. So Flint City Bucks will now take on Caw Valley for a spot in the national semifinals. Brazos Valley Calvary FC will take on South Georgia Tormenta. And the winner of this game between Reading United and GPS Portland Phoenix will take on the Western Mass Pioneers, who won their game 3-1 earlier today. So right now, early in this game, Reading United, they have been able to get to possession, but Portland Phoenix are able to stand their ground as they've been able to shut down the passing lanes of Reading United, been able to at least stop the middle of Galizzi. They've actually played him really well, playing it like man-tight coverage, kind of like what we saw earlier with Brewster on Wabia in our first game earlier. But Reading United have still been able to get their opportunities with shots from Bagayoko and Schlentz and Hideki coming through the middle. As we resume play here. Dogan. To Sinclair. To Bagayoko. To Hideki. Has it kicked out by Ryan Peterson. He's saying it went off of Hideki, but it's going to be a corner kick for Reading United. First corner for Reading United. Hideki gets it to Schlentz. Trying to get it to Hideki, but Kaza will get to it first. Porch. And the foul will be called back at the spot of Hideki, or Hideki. As that one will be cleared out by Kalala. It will be a corner kick for the Phoenix.
Corner kick sponsored by LG Industries.
Corner comes in. Goes out the back past Elgin. Now to Peterson. Finds Hall. Kaza gets a shot. And just right past the net. Matt Bentley didn't get a good foot on it. Collided with Lefebvre, and Lefebvre is down. Must have caught Matt Bentley's cleat. Not a good sign for Reading if their goalkeeper is down. Favor's able to get up. Unfortunately, it looks like he's limping.
And speaking of halftime hall ball, there are the insurance coming through the main grandstand. Once again, balls are $2 or 3 for $5. All kids who purchase Hall balls will go onto the field at halftime and try their luck at getting closest to the target near midfield. Closest to the target wins a Reading United prize pack.
Bagayoko gets hit by Nimmo. Be a free kick for United. Schlentz. Sinclair. To Dogan. Kalala. Gets to Hideki. Hideki. Try to get it to Dogan, but it will go to Cordy. Porch. Finds Galizzi. Gets it to Bagayoko on the near side. Tried to shake off Peterson, but it will be a Reading corner kick.
Reading corner sponsored by West Lawn Cleaning Association.
Dogan. A head on it by Conte. That would be a goal kick. Good corner by Conte. Again, he was going for the header, but it went too.
Goal kick sponsored by
But I think he could have gone a little too low. I don't know why he's not using his feet. So come down to the final 10 minutes right before halftime. Now Hideki didn't get a good touch, but is able to keep it. Finds Porch. As it's cleared away by Kibler. Patrick Kibler out of Newbury. Majoring in sport management, minor in coaching. His favorite movie is Forrest Gump. Bagayoko tried to get going. Thought he was trying to get it to Hideki. As Peterson knocks him down. Bagayoko down. It looks like he's grabbing his side of his chest. Trainers will have to go take a look at him.
Reading free kick sponsored by BB&T.
So now here's a good chance for Reading, a free kick. That will be taken by Dogan. So it comes in. Looks like Bush was able to punch it away. Sinclair. It's kicked away. We'll find Hall. It's Kaza. Gets it to Jimmo. De Lima. Gets it to Clark. As Curie. They find Hall. Kalala there to take it away. So right now the passing game is not there for GPS Portland. They've been able to get it to the middle, but then when they try to force it to Hall, it hasn't worked out so much as they try to get something going with Bentley. As Bentley could get more involved as he is the leading goal scorer of the team. Now as Porch got space to run with. It's dashed like 50 yards without being touched by anyone else. We'll switch it to Bagayoko. Cordy. Hideki gets it back to Cordy. To the middle. Too far for Galizzi. And it'll stay with Reading, but Galizzi just needing an extra touch on that ball. His foot was just short. Another missed opportunity there for Reading United. Hideki keeps it. Then to Porch. He'll get it to Cordy. Cordy took too many touches. Now Clark. Tried to get it to Jimmo, but Schlentz is right there. Taking a shot. Good save by Bush. And then good to pick it up. Pretty good shot by Richie Schlentz. Now William Bush was ready for it.
Out of town score. Out of town scoreboard update. The Philadelphia Union currently leading Chicago Fire 1-0 in the 11th minute of play. Marco Fabian with the goal.
And then we'll go to Lefebvre. Kalala. Dogan. Schlentz. That one goes out of play. It will be a throw-in for United. Hideki. Porch was able to keep it in play. Schlentz. Now to Dogan. To Bagayoko. As that one will go toward Portland. Clark, having space to work with, gets it to Bentley. Or to Hall, excuse me. Gets a shot and into the back of the net. Cassano Hall with the goal gives the early lead to the GPS Portland Phoenix. As we come down to the final minutes right before halftime. It's a turnover, started everything. Thomas Clark just dribbling through the open space. Cassano Hall. All he had to do was get past Lefebvre. And he does just that.
GPS Portland goal scored by number 7, Cassano Hall. Goal scored in the 42nd minute of play.
So now Reading United trailing here on their home stadium. All it took was one moment for GPS Portland Phoenix to get on the board. And they found it just right there. Crucial turnover by Reading United. As Kalala loses it, Hall stays with it with a shot just to the left of the net, and it'll be a deflection. It'll be a corner kick for the Phoenix. Now GPS Portland with the chance to at least get an insurance goal to try and get a good lead on this Reading United squad. Corner comes in, punched up by Lefebvre, and foul be called on the Phoenix. So man's down in the box. Probably collided with Lefebvre when he tried to make the punch. About 1 minute left before the stoppage time. For Philadelphia Union fans who are at home, the Union are winning 1-0 over Chicago Fire thanks to a goal by Marcos Fabian. Porch. So now 2 minutes until halftime. Reading United at this point got to figure out how can they put something on the board and try and get a good shot. So far, the best shot of the night was by Richie Schlentz. Had plenty of opportunities, but need to capitalize after giving up that one goal to Hall. But they hope they got something right here, as it'll be a Reading throw-in. I believe they wanted a handball. They'll stay with Reading. And Clark thought he had somebody there, but it will go to Conte. Porch. Galizzi getting it to Dogan. Gets it to Bagayoko, but too far for him. It'll be a throw-in for the Phoenix. As that's cleared up field, trying to find Cassano Hall. It'll be a throw-in for Reading. as Kaza gets it to Hall. Gets around a man, takes a shot over the crossbar. It'll be a goal kick.
Reading goal kick sponsored by New Roads Transportation.
Well, the hesitation worked that time, trying to get around Kalala. And then the shot just curled a little too high. As we are here at the half, Reading trailing at home to GPS Portland Phoenix.
Ladies and gentlemen, after the first half, the score
So after a half that was at least somewhat dominated by Reading United when you look at the statistics, but all it took was one turnover by Reading, and Portland Phoenix is up with a goal by Casanio Hall. But now for Reading, they got to figure out how to get guys like Galizzi involved, because Galizzi, they tried to get the ball to him, but he was being pressured the whole time by guys like Patrick Curie and Mathis De Lima. The defense was holding strong for the Portland Phoenix. William Bush has made some good saves. And even Lefebvre has done a good job, but just not a good turnover by Reading is the only reason why they're down.
celebrating our 10 years of partnership with Philadelphia Union. We have a brand new t-shirt and scarf.
But for Reading United, they
Be sure to check it out during
need to get guys like Bagayoko, who did well. And then they need to get substitutes like Troy Amsbacher, Khalil Elmedkar, even Corey Bennett. They may have to save the day for Reading to either force extra time or anything. But usually Reading not used. They've done well at home for the past year and a half. But so far that streak is here on the line in the playoffs. So again, the winner of this matchup will take on the Western Mass Pioneers, who won the game earlier against North Carolina Fusion. And some good play right now for the Portland Phoenix. Thomas Clark, good at playing through the middle. But we are going to take a quick break, so we will be right back after half, so stay tuned.